Kibera has often witnessed violent, politically instigated upheavals that are fueled by extreme poverty and despondency among residents. In fact, as far as any meaningful economic activity is concerned, it is the infamy of slum tourism that Kibera is known for the world over. But a tour of Kibera now tells a different story, and one that was unimaginable just 3 months ago. A government-run slum upgrading program has changed Kibera from this to this. And residents have taken notice of the project that is being spearheaded by the National Youth Service.
Tulikuwa jobless, tulikuwa idle, tulikuwa nazunguka tu tafuta job. But sasa vile hii mradi ilikam, ilitusaidia sana. Tunafanya job, tunalipwa per week, tunapewa 1600.
We recruited like 4,000 youths in Kibera who are basically working with this project.
Until recently, the nauseating stench of raw sewer from open trenches permeated Kibera air. But in some sections, that has since given way to the refreshing cacophony of competing aromas. Now you can actually pick the smell of chapatis and roadside French fries.
We have restructured the National Youth Service, completely rebranded it. We started at first by multiplying the intake. We used to only take 2,300 people only to the National Youth Service in a country where you have over 6-7 million youth out there. We have now moved that to 20,000 a year. It's been a major step, and a major step of faith.
The project under the Ministry of Devolution and Planning involves the construction of toilets, bathrooms, drainage systems, cleaning of sewer lines and collection of garbage. NYS trainers working together with community leaders recruit area youth who work in the upgrade projects during the day and at night are taught basic enterprise skills.
And we also train these youth, each one of them, in the afternoons, on entrepreneurship, on businesses, how do you run a business, how do you save, on matters of youth resocialization, on discipline, on humanitarianism, on patriotism. And those are also aspects that we have been seeing ourselves as an area where we need very serious intervention because something happened in the past and we need to correct it fairly fast before we get ourselves into very serious problems as a nation.
There is even a moral reawakening. Youth have now found work and no longer have to resort to illicit means to earn an income.
Per day tunalipo 471, lakini ukikata kwa sako you get like 350 per day.
For 20 years, Kibera was represented in Parliament by Court leader Raila Odinga. It is therefore inevitable that a project spearheaded by the government of a man who beat him in the 2013 presidential elections will attract political criticism. So it wasn't surprising that after the president launched the project, Raila addressed a rally in Kibera and claimed that the development that was now taking place had actually been stifled by the president when he was finance minister.
Tulianza kujenga barabara kutoka kule chini pande ya high-rise. Tuliona pesa ikaisha. Tukamwambia jamaa toeni pesa. Wakakataa ati tupatie Raila sifa. Wakakataa muda hiyo yote barabara imegoma. Mpaka sasa Mungu imeingia kwa roho yao. Wamerudi sasa. Nasema alhamdulillah.
There was never a thinking like this one. This thinking is completely unique to the Jubilee government. If anyone has any document to show that they had thought about something like this before, they should produce it.
But regardless of who is right or wrong in this discourse, Margaret Achieng and Mary Anyango don't care about politics. Theirs is one of many enterprises that have sprouted. They specifically provide meals for the 1,700 youth that have now found jobs in the area.
Tulikuwa na watoto hapa wafanyi kazi, wizi imezidi nini. Huwa tunapata vijana 310, 310. Pesa yetu huwa tunalipwa 50 bob per head na tulipewa meals card. Sasa hizo meals card tunapeana kwa line wakati wamekuja wamepanga line, tunawapea hizo meals card kwa line, ndio inaonyesha kuwa huyu ni mtu wetu ya kwamba tunafaa tumpee chakula.
But there has been some further criticism regarding the government priorities in Kibera. Some took to social media arguing that instead of free Wi-Fi, a service that was now possible because of the lighting, what residents needed are basic services such as affordable food and water. Waigoro, who is also an economist, says economic interventions are multi-pronged and not always straightforward.
You can never quite have interventions on a general scale in that manner. Maybe in the textbooks, you would say that that's the way you should do it. But bottom line, at the end of the day, and the reason why anyone ever listens to even the budget that the government makes, is to see the effect of that budget on my bottom line and how much disposable income I'm left with in the pocket. So even if I gave you a job and then everything is expensive, what would happen is that I would still end up with nothing. Maybe I'll be able to meet my needs. And that's why you've seen we are keeping the 30%, so that we start you off on a discipline of saving 30% of what you earn.
And if all goes according to plan, Waiguru says the government intends to roll out the project countrywide, a move that could have a significant impact on poverty in the country. Anne Kiguta for Citizen Weekend.